What's up, you guys? Welcome back. So just the other day, it was my birthday, and this year I asked for a couple things knowing that I probably wouldn't get either one of them for my birthday. Not because my fiance wouldn't get them for me, but just because they were kind of expensive and I didn't really essentially need them. They were more just something I wanted. So, you know, it's your birthday, ask for what you want. Last year, I bought myself a brand new pickup truck. So this year, I asked for a boosted board. If you guys have been watching people vlog in New York and whatnot, everybody's riding boosted boards. We like to longboard here in Alaska, and it's really hard to vlog and to ride a longboard at the same time. So riding a boosted board is just one less thing I've got to worry about. I don't have to worry about pumping. So I asked for a boosted board. Didn't get a boosted board. I also asked for a DJI OSMO. Now, if you don't know what the DJI OSMO is, I highly recommend you look them up, especially if you're into filming. Whether it's just recreationally, you're trying to make YouTube videos, trying to vlog, it's incredible. So I've been looking at them for months, really wanted one, asked for one for my birthday, thought I might get one, but then I realized I should probably just go buy it myself. You know, that's a lot asking my fiance for something so expensive, so I just went and bought it myself. It came in the mail. Now, I got to use it last weekend for Samantha's birthday, and it was dope. The thing films so buttery smooth, and that's exactly why we wanted it. Was just so it takes away all the shake. If you guys watch my Cancun video, some of the shots there's some shake in it, and you know, I notice it more probably than you guys notice it, but I still notice it. And so I really wanted to eliminate that shake factor. I've tried Steadicams, and those are so hard to learn. You got to literally spend hundreds of hours just to learn how to use it and balance it. And I'm pretty impatient, and I don't have hundreds of spare hours to learn. So I didn't go with a Steadicam. But the DJI OSMO, which I have right here, if you notice, it's got a brushless 3-axis gimbal system on it. And it's this handheld, almost looks like a selfie stick. When I was using it, people were asking me if it's a selfie stick. But it's the controller, right? It's got a thumbstick, a joystick to move left and right, up and down. You can also go in there and make it so it moves any direction you want it to. It's got a trigger on the front that controls where it's looking. It'll look straight forward, it'll recenter itself, and then you can flip it so it's looking back. Let me turn this on for you. You gotta unlock it. So you unlock this axis first by turning it, and then you unlock this axis, and then on the side here, you got another switch that you unlock. You push it up, and it unlocks, and now it's free spinning. You hold the thing straight up and down, you turn it on, and boom. It stays perfectly level no matter what you're doing. Now, there's been a few updates that address some of the downfalls of the Osmo. The onboard microphone has been known to be really poor, and it's right here. And if you just heard, there's an onboard fan that cools off the mechanism, the camera and everything, and that's pretty loud. So they came out with a new firmware update just recently that every time you go to record, it turns the fan off so you don't pick up that fan noise, which makes this mic a lot more usable. But it's still pretty poor quality. You can buy some different adapters to go off it for an external microphone. I do have a Rode Video Micro on its way to attach for better sound quality. And I also found that in low light, it's decent, but it could be better. So I went and bought a dimmable LED light to go on top of it, just so in situations here in Alaska where it's like wintertime and it's low light, or we're out at the nightclubs filming, I can get better footage. But it's just, the thing's amazing. I've gone through and you can adjust the speed that the head rotates just for smoother shots. When it first came defaulted, it was really quick and it was real jumpy. And I didn't like that, so I've adjusted it so it's a lot smoother, a lot slower. This is some of the footage that we filmed for Samantha's birthday. You can go check out the video on her channel, but right now, here's some of the video of Samantha's birthday that I filmed. So as you can see, super smooth. Now you can still see some bobbing in some of the footage, and that's from walking. There is another attachment that you can buy to give this a fourth axis of stabilization to get rid of that bouncing when your arm and just simple movements like that. Maybe you're running and you can use the fourth axis and it really just fully stabilizes everything. So it's just cinematically smooth. I mean, some of the shots we got the first time we used this thing were just like mind-blowing how incredible they were compared to going out with our 70D on a stick and walking with that. I mean, that every little movement of your wrist is picked up on this big camera. So we really like the quality that this is giving us. Now this thing will film in 4K up to 30 frames per second, and it also does 1080p and 120 frames per second, but that's slow motion. It records it as slow motion, and it's kind of digitally zoomed in because it's cropped with a sensor, and I'd rather do it the old way of filming in 1080 at 60 frames per second and then doing the slow motion that way. You can still get nice slow motions without it being jumping. So some of the capabilities that I really like, that I probably get some use out of, is you can take steady long exposure pictures with it by just pressing this button here without it being on a tripod. You can be hand holding it. Because it's 3-axis stabled, you can take a long exposure picture and it's not going to have that blur effect. So I'm going to try that out next winter with the Northern Lights, and hopefully it picks up those Northern Lights. We'll see. Being that it doesn't take great video in low light quality, it does do pretty decent at pictures. So we'll see with the Northern Lights. Those are like the ultimate test of low light photography, especially long exposure, steady photography. It'll do 360-degree panoramics while you're holding it or on a tripod, which is nice because you get those really smooth, stitched together, perfect panoramics from a handheld device. It comes with a 15 gig memory card, and filming in 4K, I found that only gets you about 10 to 15 minutes of footage. I also suggest investing in a couple spare batteries. Your cell phone mounts in here, and it's nice because this rotates. It does fit the iPhone 6s Plus, which is the phone I'm using. It's pretty tight fit, but it does fit it. These are on sale right now at DJI. You can go pick them up. I believe they're $560, which seems like a lot of money, but the quality of camera that's on it and the system that you get is superior to any handheld 3-axis stabilization system you can get right now. You can go buy one of these, knockoff 3-axis gimbals that you have to attach a GoPro to. So you're paying, $300 to $500 for just the gimbal system that doesn't give you any control over the motors as far as where you want to look. And then you have to buy a GoPro, a Hero Black, which is essentially the same capabilities as this camera right here, is going to run you almost $500. So you're going to spend anywhere from $800 to $1,000 for a system that's less quality and less features than this. So if you're in the market and you're looking for a handheld camera that's stable, that's just cinematically smooth, I suggest going with the Osmo. Now, the gimbal system comes off. You unlock it right here on this ring and it comes off. So you can buy these separately. So let's say something goes wrong, you break your handle, you can buy a new handle. It's a couple $100. You can buy a new camera. But if you want to step up to essentially the big leagues, the professional, you can replace this with the X5. This camera system right here is what comes off of DJI's Inspire 1. And then they have the the Zenmuse X5, which is essentially the professional grade camera. They're saying that the X5 is pretty much equivalent to a Red Epic. So it's pretty amazing that you can have something like this handheld in your hand and have that kind of image quality and effect. I mean, it's really pretty amazing. I believe you guys are going to see a lot more of these out and about. I'm already seeing them around. You know, you notice more people in their videos are using them. Notably, Casey Neistat is using it in his videos. Not every day, but I can tell when he's using it. Just the quality and the smoothness is so much better. Now, he loves filming with his 70D, and the system he's got is pretty stout, but it's still, I think you're gonna see a lot more people using this camera with the system that I've got going, with the camera, the video micro, an LED, because it essentially is just an all-in-one rig. You've got your lighting, your camera, you've got your gimbal system. It's stable, so no matter what you're doing, your quality is just on point. So anyways, birthday present, I love it so far. I'm super happy with the purchase. If you guys are thinking about getting an Osmo and you guys have some concerns, let me know and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. I had all those concerns. That's kind of why I sat there for a couple months, just kind of looking through reviews and seeing what its shortcomings were. And I think, you know, DJI has definitely addressed most all the shortcomings. Another thing that's pretty cool that I like about it is it comes with this little tiny case. Now, it is, you know, pretty firm case. It is semi-rigid, but it fits the Osmo, just the Osmo and the phone holder perfectly in here. You know, it's soft, so it's not going to scratch it up and damage it. I definitely think that it's well worth the money, especially at $560 that it's on sale for right now on DJI.com. Like always, you guys, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and we'll see you next week. Peace.